Every Monday and Thursday, the Prophet ﷺ says, the deeds of people are presented to Allah. Therefore Allah forgives the sins of every human being who does not associate partners with Allah. He says, with the exception of two people. Two people whom are quarreling with one another and they're not giving salam to one another. It will be said to them, don't forgive their sins till they become friends again. Ya Allah. So regardless of the good deeds that you are doing, regardless of the lihya, the beard that you are growing, regardless of the hijab, my sister, that you may be wearing, the forgiveness of Allah is blocked. The forgiveness of Allah is barred so long as there is shahna, enmity between you and your brother. With the hadith of the Messenger ﷺ, he says it is not permissible for a Muslim to boycott his brother for over 3 days, and therefore whoever boycotts his brother for over 3 days and then dies will enter the fire of Allah. Shaitan will make another suggestion and he will say, fine, forget about the year and forget about the week. I have another suggestion. Make the apology. However, wait for him to take the initiative. It was his mistake. He must initiate the salam, not me. I will wait for him to call. How do we respond to this? With the hadith that the Messenger ﷺ said, the best of those two quarreling people is the one who initiates salam first. Shaitan will say, hold on a minute, what if I apologize and I take the initiative, but then he rejects your apology? Your effort was wasted. That was totally pointless. How do we respond to that? With the hadith of the Messenger ﷺ. He says, it is not permissible for any believer to boycott his brother for over 3 days. If over 3 days pass, you must meet your brother and you must give him salam. He says, however, if you give your brother salam and he rejects you, he says the sin is upon him. And you are no longer sinful. You are no longer sinful. You have been excused. However, if he accepts your salam, both of you are rewarded. Walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar. Shaitan therefore will make one last plea. He will make one last effort because he is set on the path of Islah. He wants Jahannam for us because he knows where he's going. He will say, hold on a minute, what will happen to your karamah? What will happen to your honor, your izzah, your dignity? If you apologize and then he rejects you, where is your honor then? You've lost it. And that's a point scored against you. We respond to this with the hadith of the Messenger ﷺ, and this time he takes an oath by the name of Allah. He says, Wallahi, to show you the seriousness of what he is about to say. He says, 3 things, I take an oath by the name of Allah Almighty that they will happen. 3 things, they will happen, Wallah. He says, the first is when you give out charity for the sake of Allah, your money increases, doesn't decrease. The second, when you forgive somebody who does wrong to you, Allah will increase you in honor. Look, Shaitan says you will be humiliated and debased. The Prophet ﷺ says the opposite. Your status will be given, your status will be made to ascend. And then he says, number 3, whoever humbles himself for the sake of Allah, Allah Almighty will raise him.